So I never lunge a horse. We do what we call sending. And people think it's semantics. They're like, well, no, you lunge. I see them going around in circles. But it is quite different. And I'll explain to you why. First of all, when most people lunge, they just kind of point a direction and that horse just takes off. We don't really want to do that. It's not about the horse blowing off steam. Although, you know, having that horse send out is good. Getting some movement and letting them, you know, exert some energy and get some energy. Like, that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not the point of sending a horse. The point when we send a horse is we want that horse to connect with us. So this is Bubba. He's a horse that's in for training in our steady horse training program. He'll be here for several months learning the steady horse process and how we get horses to connect with us. And this is actually my first time asking him to send. When we send, we break it down into 3 distinct components, and then we work on different communications throughout those components. So the first thing I want my horse to do is I want him to back away from me. So I'm gonna back him up. Good boy. Awesome. This time I'm gonna try to be a little bit lighter and see if I can get him to move backwards. And you can see he backed right up to the panel there, which is no big deal. I'm here in my 7 Peaks round pins. These panels are super, super stout. I love these panels because I can back a horse and they can crash right into it and it's not even going to budge. I've got the 6-foot panels. They've got all this excessive railing so that a horse can't poke their head through or get through it or get out of it. So I don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna back them up one more step here. There, good boy. So that's step 1, getting him to back up. And basically, I want his hind feet to basically be on the circle that I'm about to be sending him on, okay? So that's step 1. It's really important that horses learn how to back away from you. He wants to creep forward. I'm gonna say, no, back up, you're okay there. Back him up again. There. So step 2 is now I want to move his front end onto the circle that I'm gonna send him onto, okay? So back end's already there. Now I'm gonna add some pressure. And that's what most horses do when they lunge. So I can tell this horse has just been lunged, right? So I'm gonna back him up and say, no, sir. This is why I don't lunge a horse. Look how ridiculous that is, right? I just go and I add a little bit of pressure and he shoots out. I hate that because it builds a reactive horse. These are the types of horses that will dart out from underneath you when they spook. You know, people say, I don't know why my horse does this. He was so, people are literally teaching their horses to be psycho because they're putting pressure and they're just letting them run off and take off. And that's kind of the way things have always been done with lunging. So I'm going to back him up again. Good boy. I'm going to move that front end over. I want him to go that direction. He has no idea what I'm asking. He's probably never been asked to do this. There. I'm gonna take a little bit of pressure away from him here. He didn't swing all the way over, but instead of just darting off like he did a second ago, he moved a little bit over that direction. I'm gonna ask again to move that front end over some more. You're all right, good. And some more, good. He wants to go forward. I'm gonna say, no, we're not going forward. I'm gonna back him back onto his haunches. There. I'm gonna move that front end over again. Just get him to kind of move over. There we go. Let's get that front end to move. There we go. And I want him to be comfortable being over there away from me without wanting to turn in. When I step back, he's gonna want to turn in towards me. Okay, you see that nose kind of tipping this way, but he's doing a good job of holding his feet there. That's what I want to reward right now. He also has plenty of ability to drive forward and run off like he did a second ago. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here and I'm going to kind of support and give him clarity. If he does go forward, I'm going to say, no, 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 stay here with me. Oh, what a good pony. Now let's put that front end back on the rail, but I like that he's staying here with me and not taking off. What a gentleman. So stay over there, bud. Nah. Up, there he goes. So I'm going to back him up here. And a lot of people, I mean, he got past me very quickly, right? And a lot of people, good boy, would be like, ah, shoot, I missed him. And I did. You know, I didn't expect him. I thought he was going to stay with me. But he's like, oh, I got a hole, I'm running, right? And so a lot of people were like, ah, and they just stopped. I just stuck with him until I could get back in control with him and get him to back away. And then once he finally backed away and started backing away softly, then I released the pressure. Now, here's the cool thing is I wouldn't have known he would have done that if I didn't give him the opportunity to, right? Because when I pushed his front end over, what did I do? I left this door open, and I'm gonna say, no, that door's not an option. Good boy. I love the connection here and the attentiveness. I don't want him to step in, which he's about to do. He's thinking about it. But if he does, I'll correct him and push him back out. And the way that I'm teaching him that this is a good place to be is the fact that I'm asking him to do nothing. That I'm taking away the pressure from him. Not gonna let him eat. I want his attention on what we're doing here. So you see, we haven't even started descending. This is what is so different from lunging. Like step one was back up. Step two is I want you to methodically move your front end over. And then only step three will I ask him to go forward when I'm ready to ask my horse to go forward. But that's not what I want to focus on right now, because that's not going to be an issue. When I'm ready to ask him to go forward, we can see he's going to move forward. Let's move that front end over. Good boy. Good boy. Move that front end over. And I'll just float with him. I don't want him to back up, but that's okay. I'm not gonna punish him or get after him for that. I'll just float with him until he stands still. Nope, front end away from me. And there you go. Good pony, what a gentleman. Nope, let's move that front end back. Good, there you go. What a gentleman. Again, he's got all this space. If he wants to run off, he can. Good boy. So just for good measure, I'm gonna back him up. Good. I'm gonna actually tilt him in and bring him in. Good boy. And now I'm gonna back him up. Good boy, what a gentleman. We're gonna move that front end over. Oh my goodness. Looking like a pro. He's got the choice to leave, but what did he do? He checked in with me first. So powerful, so important. When I'm going down the trail and he's worried about something, I much rather him, instead of just taking off running back to the barn, I'd rather him check in with me. And you see how it starts right now, right here, building that unbreakable bond with him on the ground. And so now that he's backed up, he's moved that front end over with me, he's checked in, oh, what a pony. Now I'm gonna give him the opportunity to walk out. I'll show him the direction that's open. Look at that. You see how much more quiet and relaxed that is? And it doesn't mean that he might not break into a trot and start moving, but isn't that the type of horse you'd wanna ride, right? One that's thinking, that's thoughtful, that feels a sense of certainty and confidence of what you're asking of them. And so that's the difference between the sending and the lunging. When we're sending a horse, it's about connection. We're being methodical every step of the way. And we didn't even get to our transitions. We'll do that in another video. But when we do our transitions, I want to be able to effortlessly get them into the walk, the trot, the canter. And I should also be able to just take a deep breath and my horse slows down from the canter right down into the trot. And take another deep breath and my horse slows down from the trot right down into the walk. And the way that we get there is by being methodical, intentional, and connecting with our horse every step of the way.